Hey party people, it's Megan. It is Sunday night, a little after 9, and we are talking about call number 5 on the Southern Romantics New Consultant webinars. Call number 5 is all about marketing, social media, and Professionista. So we've got a lot of stuff to run through tonight. So I hope you're ready. So our first thing is reviewing that Soundbites conversation guide that we talked about in a couple previous calls. I asked you guys last week to work on your 30-second commercial or your pure romance commercial. So it's important that you use all of the 4 elements when sharing your commercial. The important things: who we are, what we do, asking for an opportunity to continue, and making sure it's a conversation, right? And not just like word vomit. So Soundbites conversation guide, if you guys don't remember what that looks like, I will show you. Let me pull it up. Oh my gosh, I have so many tabs open. Here we go. Hey, Soundbites conversation guide, what's going on? Let me make you nice and big. Big, big, big. Big, big, big. Ooh, what up, Meredith? Welcome to the party. I've missed your beautiful face. All right, because I love you, I'm going to mute you. Don't take it personal. All right, so we just got started. We're talking about the Soundbites conversation guide and how important it is to memorize your 30-second commercial. So here is the Soundbites conversation guide. If you don't remember what it looks like, but hopefully everybody does, it'll be available in the resources section of this video. So right down here where it says your pure romance commercial on the bottom left-hand side, making sure you've got that memorized. I can't stress that enough, seriously, because this is exactly what you're going to say to people when people ask what pure romance is, or the dreaded question, so what do you do? This is what we're answering with. So I'm not going to waste anybody's time by reviewing that again, because we have other fun, exciting things to talk about tonight. So just make sure you guys have that somewhere close to you. Practice it a few times a day. And remember that when you're talking to people and marketing your business, there's a big fat difference between informational and invitational contacts. So informational contacts is saying something like, hi, I'm Megan. I'm a pure romance consultant. We do in-home parties for adult women. We sell lotion, lingeries, lubricants, and bedroom accessories. And that's that. Invitational is actually having a conversation and engaging them and saying something like, hi, I'm Megan. I'm a pure romance consultant. We do in-home parties for adult women. We sell lotions, lingerie, lubricants, and bedroom accessories. Have you ever been to a party? Would you be interested in holding a party? Have you ever heard of this? Are you interested in hearing more? So engaging them in a conversation instead of just spouting what you do, you want to make sure you're asking them if they'd be interested in learning more about your business. Making sure there's always an ask. Basically, when you talk to people, make sure there's always an ask, because a lot of us will ask. Let me make sure I'm using my enunciation. We all have plenty of asses. There's a lot of confusion when girls are kind of newer in the business and they're like, well, I've told everybody about my business. Well, yeah, you may have told everybody, but did you ask them if they wanted to participate in your business? If they would be willing to help you with your business? You can tell everybody all damn day what you do, but if you're not asking for them or for their support or for them to give something back to you, is it really an ask? No, it's not. So then second thing I want to talk to you guys about tonight is Professionista. Professionista is a movement that our founder, Patty Brisbane, started a few years ago when she noticed that a lot of consultants weren't necessarily making the best first impressions. And again, she got a lot of feedback from consultants. Oh, I can't get my party sales up. I don't feel like people are taking me seriously. So it's something that she's really been working on, because we know that it's super easy for anybody to look at what we do and automatically think that it's tawdry or it's nasty or it's gross or that we are something that we are not, namely prostitutes. So making sure we give a good first impression by how we dress and how we present ourselves at parties, at networking events, at vendor fairs, if you're out and about, if you're wearing like your Pure Romance gear, like what is the image that you're portraying? What is the company that you're portraying? I just got off my head. Let me see if I can set this back up. Okay. So to help with that, at our World Conference, I think back in 2013, 2014, they had this whole like room set aside where you could get your makeup refined, you could get your brows waxed, you could get your nail polish changed, you could get fitted for a bra correctly, which is huge. Like nobody wears a correct size bra. And it was so cool to kind of have that available to us at fashion shows, because a lot of us, take for granted the fact that I'm the biggest fan of working from home and working in my pajama pants or my yoga pants. But when I'm out and about and I'm representing the company, I want people to take me seriously. So that means I have to put on real clothes, and I have to put on real clothes. So I love that they made this Pinterest page for us, which I will share with you. I think it's over here. No, that's a Word document. Here it is. Okay. Hi, Pinterest. So if you go to Pure Romance's Pinterest page, and literally it's pinterest.com/Pure Romance, you can find this Professionista page. It's a board that they created, and it's all about what is appropriate to wear to networking events, to your parties, all that kind of stuff. And I love that it is built for like women size women. So you've got every different body type available, accessories, classics that I just love it, different shoes. This black and white skirt over here just makes me really happy. So if you're not quite sure what's appropriate or why people aren't taking you seriously or why people aren't spending more money with you, you want to make sure that you stand out from the crowd. You always want to make sure you are dressed for work when you go to parties. I remember the first time I shadowed another consultant from another team, I showed up in like a nice top and jeans, and she almost sent me home. And she was like, don't ever wear jeans again. If you come to anything in Pure Romance in jeans, I will literally send you home. And I remember a couple years ago, we went to like the award ceremony that my larger team was doing. And I drove a girl that I hadn't met before, and she wasn't necessarily dressed appropriately. And it was one of those things where as a leader, it was hard, but we stopped at Walmart and we all chipped in and got her like a dress. She didn't have the money. Like she literally didn't have the money. So we chipped in and got her a dress because I knew at our award ceremony for our team, there'd be no way they'd even let her in. And I didn't want her to make this whole entire trip. So if I pull you aside and talk to you about your outfit, it's not because it's because I want to make sure that you're representing the company. And, I'm pretty strict on it when it comes to our team meetings. I know some people who come straight from work, but pack an extra change of clothes because it is about first impressions. And if you have guests joining you, you want to make sure you're setting an example. I'm not going to belabor that point too much, but if you go over to Patty Brisbane's blog over here, there's all these different videos and tips from her personal stylist over at Nordstrom or Saks or wherever she spends her money. Fashion Week stuff, that was kind of fun. So summer hairstyles, oh my God, I love it. Me and my t-shirt, I love it. So you guys can check that out. I literally went to, if you just Google Patty Brisbane blog and use this search bar and type in Professionista, there's all these tags that come up. So feel free to check that out when you have a minute. And really try to make sure you're representing the company well, and make sure you're representing a business that you'd be proud to work for. And make sure that your customers know, because they know when you come to a show dressed like you're going to work, they're going to take you seriously. If you come in jeans and a t-shirt, why? You're just there to have fun with them. That's not necessarily, they don't view that as work. So it might be subconscious, it might be subliminal, but it's something that we need to all be aware of. So show up ready to work. And I need to do it too. Next, I would love to talk to you about vendor events. We've got a few vendor events coming up in the fall. I'm sharing some stuff on our team page about different vendor events that I have available that I know about, or that people are reaching out to me that I might not necessarily be able to participate in, but I would love for you guys to. So vendor events, at the heart of it, are ways for you to go market your business, collect new leads, meet new people, and start establishing a relationship with some new customers. Vendor events, once you've signed up with one with me, I'll send you a couple of videos to watch. Your goal shouldn't be to sell a lot of inventory. Your goal is to meet people and book parties, because you'll make more money at parties than you will selling a bottle of Coochie at a vendor event. So think about the different ladies' nights that you know about, or different vendor opportunities that are available to you, and where you might find them are different networking events. So get anything that says small business. If you Google Greenville small business, go to everything that you see. A local chamber of commerce, they're going to have tons of networking events. Wedding industry networking events. Ladies' night at bars. So if you know that like Thursday is ladies' night at a bar near you, call up the manager, call up the owner, say, would it be all right if I set up a table? I want to raffle off some stuff for your ladies' night. I want to help your customers. So if you definitely make it about the bar, that's going to be awesome. Make sure you always get corporate approval, and you can do that pretty easily. I actually just made a video about that earlier this week for our new consultants, so make sure you check out that video. I'm working on making like tips of the week for you guys in a video form, so make sure you check those out. I'm just putting them on a playlist on YouTube, so if you miss 1 week, then you can go back and watch more. And also just keep an eye out on Facebook. So see what your other friends in direct sales are doing. If you have an It Works rep or a unique rep, see where they're setting up a table. Just figure out who the organizer is and ask if you can be put on a mailing list for the next one. The worst anyone can tell you is no, but it never hurts to ask. And I just made a list when I started my business. I just saved them to my favorites tab. Anybody that had a vendor event opportunity, I just made a favorites tab. And then every month I just kind of go see what was up or when deadlines were. So vendor events are a fantastic way for you to get out there and meet new people. If your biggest hurdle in your business right now is, oh, everybody asked, they said no. Everybody that I offered a party to said no. Then your next response should be, well, crap, I got to go meet some new people, because your friends and your family, you can't depend on them to be your biggest supporters. You need to go out and meet new people. Your business is only going to grow when you grow and meet new people. It's not going to grow if you just keep counting the same 5 people. There are tons of pictures online for booth inspiration, tons of videos on like what's best to have at a booth. I'm not going to waste your time on here because those resources are readily available to you. But keep it simple. Always keep it simple. You want the focus to be booking parties, not all the stuff we offer, because we want to leave some surprises and some mystery for the parties. And sweet baby Jesus, no toys. Don't ever put toys on your table at a vendor event. Usually they're all family friendly. Don't do it. It's a big fat no-no. All right, next we're going to talk about 5 is Alive. 5 is Alive is a movement that kind of branched off of some of the girls in Maryland. It's a little thing that they've got, and it actually just makes a whole ton of sense. And we talked about it a little bit, I think, in call number 2. But the whole premise behind it is meeting 5 new people a day and giving them goodie bags. The goodie bags are more of just an introduction, getting you out of your shell more than like hounding them for something. So meeting 5 new people a day and giving them a goodie bag. I love that Heather Pillow like grabs her goodie bags and she cannot use her hands until she gives them away. So as soon as she gets out of her car at Starbucks, she has to give one to her barista and 4 other people, they're at Starbucks, or if she's at a meeting of some sort, then she's got to give those 5 away before she can like reach. Oh my gosh, I have the hiccups. Reach into her bag, grab her pen, grab her notebook. So not just like putting your goodie bags in your bag, like your purse with the best of intentions and then forgetting about them all day, but giving them to people, paying them a compliment when you check out at the grocery store. Oh my gosh, I wanted to give you this. Thank you so much for your wonderful service. Or, oh my gosh, it looks like you're having a rough day. Oh my gosh, is your shift almost over? Here's something to enjoy for the last 30 minutes of your shift. Just making conversation. It can have a little ask, a little offer, a little treat, not chocolate so it doesn't melt. But something that will hopefully spur them to action. It's nice to be able to get these people's contact information so you can follow up with them later, but it's not absolutely necessary. It's just more of getting you out of your shell. The other part of 5 is Alive is that everybody within a 5-foot radius needs to know what you do. So when you're busy pumping gas at the gas tank or gas station, don't climb back in your car, get out and talk to the people around you. And I know that you're like, oh my gosh, Megan, that is so terribly awkward. I know. But if they don't know about your business, you're doing them a disservice, right? They might be filling up their gas tank with like the worst sex life ever, and you could help them. So tell them about what you do. And the last part of 5 is Alive is always have 5 parties on your book. So your goal should always be to replace the party that you're currently at. So always make sure you've got 5 parties on your books. That's going to keep your business growing. If you ever get to the point where you're down to 1 or 2 parties, you need to be on the phone and calling these people. So 5 new contacts a day. Everyone in a 5-foot radius knows what you do, and always have 5 parties on your books. That's the basic rule of 5 is Alive. And that's a great way to start marketing your business. Different apps. And we'll talk more about these in some of our new consultant videos that are good for you to use, especially if you're romance-based. The Media Center. Hopefully everybody knows what the Media Center is. If you're a new consultant, your first 90 days are free. And after your 90 days are up, it's $15 a month that gets auto-drafted from your account. You have to sign up for it. They need your payment information, all that kind of fun stuff, but it's worth it. So making sure that you're sending out your monthly newsletter to all of your clients, sending out a birthday email to everyone whose birthday is in September, sending out the new kit specials when they launch to everyone that's in your recruit list. And you can break down people into those specific groups on the COO. So make sure you're doing that now so you can really target market your audience. The COO app, which is on your phone, is fantastic. That's where you're going to put your party profits in to see how much money you actually made. That's when you can see your reports on the go, contact your people, because all your contact information is going to be in there. And then another app that's going to be really helpful for marketing your business on the go is the My Consultant app. Now that's the one that you can send to your customers when they're like, oh, do you have a catalog? Oh, do you have a business card? You can send them a link to their cell phone. It downloads right to their phone. And everything's at their fingertips. So they can shop the website, they can book a party, they can reach out to you. It's pretty freaking cool. And they can forward it to a friend. So make sure you've got those apps ready on your phone again. Media Center, that's now going to be enabled on your phone. I think everybody just got an email about that not too long ago. So you can start sending Media Center campaigns from your phone. The COO app and the Pure Romance My Consultant app. So, I know I'm talking about a lot of stuff tonight, but we're almost done. So the last thing I want to tell you guys about are some of the different tips and tricks when it comes to social media. So I want you to think about how you're presenting yourself on social media. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, YouTube, all those kind of things. Facebook is not a place to air your dirty laundry. If you're a business owner, like all of you that are going to be watching this is not a place to complain about a crap party or complain about your kids misbehaving. I mean, like, cute little stories about kids misbehaving is one thing, but like, if you had a teenager who was just a wily, maybe not. Or complain about your spouse or your boyfriend or your ex-boyfriend or just shenanigans. Don't air your dirty laundry. If you've got beef with Charter Cable because they suck balls, which they do, don't air it all over social media. So people are watching you, whether you realize it or not. If someone books a party with you and they met you at a vendor fair and they have no idea who you are, all they have is your business card with your name on it. You bet your bottom dollar they're going to stalk you on Facebook. And if your Facebook is nothing like, oh, I had terrible service at this restaurant. Oh, I can't believe, so-and-so said this about so-and-so. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And it's just negative. they're going to cancel their party or they're going to completely ignore you. So if all you're doing is complaining about, nobody books parties with me, I'm poor, I don't have what I want, I deserve better, blah, blah, blah. If it's just a negative stream, bye. Go back and delete those pictures. Also, make sure your photos are appropriate. If there's photos of you doing illegal things or things you shouldn't be doing, maybe don't tag those on Facebook. Now, I'm not saying don't be your true authentic self on Facebook, but just remember that people are watching you and people are making instant judgments about you on social media. So try to keep it a little bit G-rated, keep it a little bit classy. Right now, y'all, oh my God, we're in an election year, keep it neutral. Do not engage the trolls. Don't do it. People can see everything that you like. They can see what you comment on. Just keep it neutral. You don't want to lose half your customer base because you're going to vote for the person that they don't support. Don't do it. Don't do it. Same thing when it comes to Instagram or Twitter. Just keep it neutral, keep it classy, keep it professional. If you're not sure what it looks like, okay, because I know on Facebook, like if you can steal your best friend's phone, or you can, there's a way on Facebook to go in and be like, view my profile as, and find a stranger. You know, just type in like someone else's name and just look at your Facebook and just kind of look at it objectively. And there's a way to categorize people into groups and what they can see and what they can't see. And so that's something that I'm definitely aware of. When my customers want to send me a friend request on anything like that, then I make sure they're in, I call it my limited profile. And you can customize who gets to see your stuff. And my limited profile, almost always, they don't see half my posts. They don't see anything that I do personally. I keep all my business to my business page, but they don't need to see where my political leanings are. They don't need to see when I had a bad day because I'm not posting that on Facebook. They don't need to see when like I'm venting, or if I'm really upset about this one thing, then I'm going to share it with my friends who might be like-minded, but I'm going to hide it from the people who might not do business with me anymore. So just, y'all be careful. Everything's out there on the internet. It's all going to come back to bite us in the ass when the robots take over. Just don't lose any business on it now. Don't post pictures of toys on your Facebook page. Maybe on like your fan page, but not on your personal profile. Or, you know, you can post a blurry photo and with a link to the actual photo underneath it. Just don't, you know, if someone's checking their Facebook at work and there's nothing but like dongs on a newsfeed, y'all, oh my gosh, be so careful with that, because you don't want someone to unfollow you or block you because they saw like one inappropriate post that slipped through. Oh, don't do it. So I do recommend setting up a Facebook fan page for your business and encouraging anybody that you meet at your parties to like your fan page instead of send you a friend request. Also because as a human profile, you cap out at 5,000 friends. And hopefully over the course of your business, you're going to meet plenty of women, but you don't necessarily want to be their Facebook friends. You want them to follow your business page because they are business contacts and not necessarily like friendly friends. Instagram now has an option where you can kind of set up 2 accounts in one. I like Instagram because it is really kind of just snapshots of my life. So there's that. We try to keep that. I still try to keep it classy, but it's like real life, pure romance, real life, pure romance. If it's just nothing but pure romance, I'm going to lose people. They don't want to see all that. They want to see pictures of my dog. They want to see what I'm doing on a daily basis. They might not admit it, but they do. Same with Twitter. I basically have my Instagram and my Facebook page update my Twitter for me. I really am kind of passive about that. LinkedIn, I keep it very professional. And then YouTube, which all these videos are on. This is a pure romance specific YouTube. I'm not really out there making YouTube videos for anything else, but if I were, I'd post them on a separate thing. If it was nothing but me going crazy, then I'm going to make my own YouTube channel for that. Or if I'm like into parkour or doing some crazy stupid stunts or like whatever craziness has nothing to do with my business, I'm going to put that on a separate YouTube page. So in this new consultant group, I'm going to be posting, and so are some of the leaders, some tips coming up about best practices, all that kind of fun stuff for your first 60 days of business, so you guys can get better acquainted with how you should be presenting your business and that kind of stuff on social media, how you should be presenting yourself when it comes to parties. So just keep an eye out for those. We're kind of going through a little transition right now, which is really exciting, but we want to make sure that you're getting content that is relevant to you right now with where you are in your business. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up with your homework. So you do have homework this week. So your homework is find 2 vendor events in your area. Just scope them out, find 2 that are happening. If you're feeling like you want to take the next step, sign up for them. Oh my gosh, sign up for them and participate in them and go meet new people. Right now, I just want you to research 2 vendor events in your area. I want you to complete your monthly income goal sheet, which will be in the resources section, because we're going to talk about a little bit of goal stuff. And be prepared to share your Pure Romance social media pages. Ooh. And if you're wondering how to even set up a page, let me show you real quick. And what I seriously encourage you guys to do is make sure you're following some other Pure Romance consultants. You can totally follow me, and then steal all their content. So all the articles I post, y'all can steal them. So if you go to your Facebook page, look, this is your Facebook page. Oh, look, it's Beth. You're going to scroll down here on the left-hand side to where it says pages. And you're going to go to this button right here that says create a page. And then you're going to choose. So I'm a local business. Some people are a brand or a product. I wanted to be a local business so people could physically check into my business. And then you can just go kind of fill it out from there. So, Pure Romance by Megan. So when you go to my page, I'm going to see the different insights. It's going to be a different layout than what you guys see, but this is kind of what you'll see when you create a page. So your About Me section, you need to fill this junk out, you guys. Don't just leave it blank. And you can start doing like drives to get more traffic to your stuff. So at like times I'm open, because right now I'm not open because it's team hours time, so it's like whatever. I don't have my full address because I am a home-based business and I don't need randos showing up to my house. They can only come over when they're invited. Just little blurbs. Just make sure if you copy this, change it to your name instead of my name. I don't worry about price ranges because that's whatever. Parking, public transit, not so much. And ways to contact me. Yay! And I like this whole idea because you can go on to your insights page as a page administrator and kind of see the feedback that your posts are getting. So you can see that my total page views are down this week, but I've had 4 new likes, which is down. But look at the reach. So this says it's all down. I guess I need to post more videos because my video views are up 114%. Look at this. That had like a whole bunch of people that saw it. That's pretty cool. So this is what I'm going to go back and look at and be like, was it the time of day? You can see the time of day that people are liking my stuff. It's like 8 o'clock at night. 8 o'clock and 9 is when most people come see my stuff. So if there's something really important, I'm going to be posting that between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night, y'all. That's kind of cool. Look, that one had 524 people just organically saw it. That's pretty legit. You can see some of these numbers are down. That's because Facebook's always changing its algorithms, and they're like, we want you to pay and sponsor your junk. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Facebook, I can't do that right now. So it's kind of fun to be able to, if you're a big fat nerd like me, it's fun to watch all this stuff. And then it tells you different things to like, that if you can watch them because they've got lots of interaction, kind of see what they're doing, whatever. So create a Facebook page, go back and steal some photos. Make sure it's always a picture of you. as your profile picture because people are stalking you and they want to make sure that they know what you look like. So most people, when they are trying to figure out who I am, I'm going to be one of these two people. That one's our founder. And if I would put a description, I could say, so excited to get some quality time with our founder, Patty Brisbane, at the President Club trip to Cincinnati. Let me fix that extra big O. Done. Cool. So they're going to be like, one of those is the founder. Ooh, she's hanging out with founder. Ooh, fancy. So that's how you create a Facebook page. Your Instagram and Twitter, I'm going to let you guys figure out on your own. But that is it for this evening. I hope you guys had a good evening. I will see you shortly. Get ready because there's going to be a whole lot going down with this Unstoppable Booking Blitz that we're having and Team Building Blitz. It's going to be fan-freaking-tastic. So keep an eye on this page. Think about your goals. How many parties would you like to book? If you've never been, if you've never heard of a booking blitz or participated in a booking or a team building blitz, this is going to be so much fun. So we're probably going to have a kickoff party. And we're going to be really working towards some big numbers because we are not quite near our year-end goal. So we're going to have to knock these next 3 months out of the park, and I know we can do it. I'm super excited. So thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you soon.